Welcome, everyone, to an exciting broadcast of college basketball here on 2K Sports. Some great action in store tonight, seeing some of the best and brightest young players on the hardwood. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. We'll see Villanova facing the UCLA Bruins.
And you know, guys, we go back many years broadcasting college games, and it never gets old. Every big-time player makes a name for themselves at the college level, and we could see that again on display here tonight.
Well, with a guy like Freak suiting up, you know that there are going to be scouts watching his every move, but you look at the roster of both of these teams, and they're really loaded with talent.
So on the floor for Villanova, they've got Bryant. Miller is out there with Cooper. And it's Ilgauskas in at the 4.
And you see a lot of players who are very talented play with a me-first approach. That is not the case with Freak. He doesn't try and attract any unnecessary attention and just focuses on playing his game.
Yeah, I like that about him, Greg. I mean, in a day and age where most guys are self-centered and it's all about me, it's refreshing for a player like Freak who doesn't invite that kind of noise. I mean, that's as impressive as his skill set.
Shots good by Miller.
Well, who could forget Villanova and their one college title? Come on now. It was one of the biggest Cinderella stories ever, one of the greatest upsets ever. Winning it all as an 8th seed, knocking down an outstanding Georgetown team back in '85.
Here's Villanova. It's Beal on the wing. There's the pick. Oh, that's blocked. Here's Looney. Here's Fresh. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
That's really the area where they like all of their shots to come from.
Now here's Beal. Guarded closely. Pass to Cooper. There's the dish to Beal. Shot off the pick. UCLA grabs the miss.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Here's Villanova, trailing by 2. And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. And Villanova going with a whole new group out there. It's Jones on the wing, covered by Morris. Clarkson dishes to Foster. Some nice ball movement by Villanova. There's the screen. Pass to Gaines. 6 to shoot. And Foster kicks it to Gaines for the 3. And out of bounds as the Bruins gain possession. Martin's checked in for Freak. They've been hanging in there.
And they've got a chance right now to jump on top.
And guys, so many great players from UCLA in the NBA over the years. Kareem, a former Bruin. Bill Walton also coming out of Westwood.
So on the floor for Villanova, they've got Miller. Bryant is out there with Cooper. And it's Ross in at the 4 slot.
You know, sometimes you can see how a player can lead on the floor from the sidelines, and you see that with Freak. I mean, he's got the skills and athleticism as a point guard in addition to the leadership, too.
And, guys, people often underestimate just how important leadership is. You know, there's no stat for that. But guys like Chris Paul and Steph Curry have incredible skill, but their leadership on the floor is equally as important. Freak is a floor general in their mold.
And it's denied. They retain possession. Miller, no luck.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
Wow, Greg, all those great players you mentioned with UCLA, a lot of Hall of Famers in their list, Clark.
Yeah, and they've continued that tradition with current NBA stars, Kevin Love and Russell Westbrook, probably the 2 highest profile former Bruins in the NBA today.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
And both free throws good from Freak.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Villanova trails by 4. Beal with it. It's a pick by Ilgauskas. Here's Cooper. Misses off the right iron. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. UCLA leads by 4. And on 2K Sports. And if you're just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg as we get set for the second half.
Guys, you know, it's been a close one thus far. Both teams have had strong stretches, but neither team has really been able to take control of the game to this point.
And guys, this is kind of like a boxing match, a bit of a feeling out period thus far. The second half, we should see more things open up, and that should benefit star players like Freak, who will get more quality opportunities.
Freak, he's in at point guard. Looney out there with Campbell. Then it's Fresh, and it's Robertson at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Villanova, they've got Cooper. Ryan is out there with Miller, and it's Beal in at the 1 spot. Both free throws good for Bryant. Well, UCLA and all those incredible national titles in men's basketball, Clark, they were the program in the 60s and 70s.
Yep, completely dominated the landscape of college ball during that time. From 64 to 75, they won 10 titles in 12 seasons. One thing with Freak that we know is he makes sure he gets his shots up no matter what. One way or another, he's going to get his workout in, and that's why so many are confident that he'll continue to improve.
Part of it is that he has a twin sister who actually taught him how to play ball. She helped him develop his game and become the player he is today. Pretty nice to have a sibling willing to help you develop your skill set on the court.
Villanova shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
During those decades, they set so many records in that time frame. Won 88 games in a row, which is still a record for men's basketball.
Foster's checked in for Villanova.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
They set the pick. Kicks it to Jones. It's a pick by Ilgauskas. Back to Jones. Shoots a 3. It's hauled in by Thomas.
And you think about the impact those years of dominance have had on UCLA. I mean, still one of the most honored and storied and decorated programs in the United States. I mean, they are the program on the West Coast, although the Wildcats might argue, at least recently.
Count it, and the Bruin lead has been cut to just 5 points on the basket from Moore.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
Lets it go from 11. Tries again. And Thomas with the lay-in. Good. Thomas got the lead up to 7 now for the Bruins.
The defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
And some changes here for the Bruins. Irving's checked in for Thomas. And Freeze subbed in for Fresh. Elbow shot. And another miss by Villanova.
You know, so often we can forget that these players are student athletes. I mean, Freak does not have that problem. He's an amazing student off the floor and is very dedicated in the classroom.
And how about Freak with a 4.0 GPA, an honor student in high school, and has carried that same work ethic to college as well as he prepares for his games. He truly embodies what it means to be a student athlete.
Foster passes to Jones. Here's McAdoo. Outside, Jones. Shot clock at 5. Some nice ball movement by Villanova. The shot by Clarkson, no good. Now here's Freak. He's guarded closely. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Freak, he's in at shooting guard. Johnson is out there with Irving. Then there's Free, and it's Morris in at the 3 spot. Here's Moore. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
And now a new group getting ready to come in for the Bruins. Roberts is checked in for Johnson. Looney comes in for Irving. Campbell, he's checked in for Morris. And Fresh subbed in for Free. And it's Freak missing.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Beal, the pass to Cooper. Beyond the arc. No luck. The Bruins go the other way with it. Fast break, UCLA. Freak with the ball, and that one's good. And UCLA leads by 9.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Cooper kicks to Beal, fires from deep, and that one's good.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
And with Freak, he takes a lot of pride in where he hails from. Didn't grow up with a silver spoon in his hand by any means, and his family cheers him on from Harlem.
And Greg, you can see it in this game. I mean, we're all a product of where we've been, our environment, our experiences. With Freak, he doesn't take anything for granted. Some of the very best players of all time have come from the projects like Freak, and he takes pride in playing for Harlem when he's on the court.
Here is Bryant. Pass to Cooper from 15 feet away, and Villanova jacks on 2 more.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he's on the money, that's no doubt. There's 1:26 left here in the second half. To the inside. Rebound by Roberts. Roberts got his 5th rebound right now in the game. There's Freak. Miller grabs the miss.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Cooper. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game. How it's been going for the Bruins.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition. Flawless trip to the free throw line that time, and that gap just got a little narrow.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.